So here's the thing. I'm catching all this in the recording. But here's my vision, right? Here's the idea that I've had for the podcast today. Okay, we start with whatever fucking intro Laura wants to do, and then we go into
Lara's intro is gonna be dogs just like up in the camera, like, "Hey guys, it's BuzzBait."
rapid fire, barely talking about just like podcast ideas that we wanted to do, things that we have not gotten a chance to do. Then I was thinking we move into the topical thing about the CEO and the Coldplay thing, because it's just so memeable and funny. And then we can talk about cheating and stuff like that. And then I wanted to do something where maybe we find like a Reddit story or something like that. And I was hoping to have more input and stuff with guests. But that was kind of like my rough outline in my brain. If there's anything else that you guys want to add in there, we absolutely can. But
sounds good with me.
Hell yeah. All right, Laura. What's the last BuzzBait intro?
I didn't have anything too crazy planned. It was going to be a little bit more somber. But we don't have guests anymore, so now I gotta change it up. I gotta think of something on the fly.
You got it, bro. You're the pro.
For the 4 people listening, mostly Laura's relatives, I think, we started this off a little fucked up. Guests dropped out. We had a guest show up. Laura just overslept, so then we let the guest leave, and then Laura showed up like 5 minutes later. It's perfect. It was perfect.
Wait,
it was perfectly fucked up.
I have a last-ditch effort to get our guest back. I think I might know somebody who can give me his number.
That'd be fun.
Hang on.
You cyber stalking Rainbow to get his number so that you can call him back to the podcast. To me,
oh wait, no, I can do something even better. Hang on, no, okay, that's an even better idea, Meg. All right, I'm gonna go on his Facebook and just make a post that says, "Can somebody tell Rainbow to check his Discord?"
That's fucking hilarious. I'll like the post now.
Perfect. Yeah, everybody, you guys have to go comment on it so it gets traction and it'll notify us.
It gets traction. Welcome to BuzzBait, though. This is our unedited episode. I really hope nothing too wild happens that we have to edit it out. But who knows? Colin, I'm waiting on that post to be...
I'm almost done.
That is the one thing, the fear of like dead air and shit like that.
Just keep yapping. All right, post is posted. I tagged him in a post on his own page saying, "Can somebody tell him to check his Discord?"
Excellent. I'm going to the next page right now.
We'll get him back, I swear. We'll get him back. But yeah,
But this is our maybe supposedly last episode.
Current finale.
Finale.
Unless somebody wants to donate all of their time and energy as our personal editor so that we can keep doing this and not have to stress about recording gameplay, recording this, and then editing it all ourselves.
It's as much as we loved doing it, it is just a bit of a resource drainer
for the viewers at home. Just so everybody knows, so it takes about an hour and a half to record the actual episode usually, and then to edit it is another like 2 to 3 hours. So overall, the total like editing and recording time from the 3 of us is like 6 hours every week, is what it amounts to.
But then to upload something this big to YouTube or whatever, that's like another hour as well.
This is like an hour that you're sitting at your computer
not for me
to make sure it doesn't go wrong. And so we like did the math and we looked at it and it's like we could just record like 3 extra gameplay videos, edit them, and still have a little bit of extra time afterwards if we just cut this.
And just like the viewership and stuff, I think that it was a really great move like algorithm wise to move the podcast away from the games channel, and it has like shown like the games channel is performing better because we don't have the podcast stuff like messing with the algorithm, but the podcast on its own not performing great.
Right.
So
because it's we gained that the gamership audience, but we're losing the podcast audience because we aren't like cross posting anymore, which, you know, I guess it was a bit of a risk to be like, oh well, let's separate it, but you know,
I mean,
I
will say we did better.
Is performing way better. I feel like.
I say we did better than like most statistics, because I think statistically most podcasts fail in the first 3 months. We almost made it a full year.
It's actually it's like I think it's like a podcast is. I remember reading about it. It was like a podcast won't last very long if they can't get past like the first. It's like 3 to 10 episodes or something. Yeah.
We made it to like 30. Yeah, we made it over 30. Our last post was 33. So we've got, this will be 34, or we have a 34th, and then this is 5.
This is 34.
Okay.
Yeah.
As one of the members of the team who records these episodes, I have, as soon as the record is done, my brain just goes etch a sketch that shit. It's not real.
Etch a sketch.
Well, if we ever start doing this again, I'm gonna have to start naming them in advance, because otherwise it's just like the names. It goes off of like the names of the people in here, so it'll be like right now the name of this recording is Pasta, Lara, motherfucking. Like that's what.
Lara motherfucking pasta, baby. That's
because I made the joke. I was like, Meg, I want to say slurs on this episode, and Meg was like, I'm not editing anything, so it's going to be out there. And I was like, well, what can I do? And I was like, technically, the name that I gave myself for this recording is pronounced pasta fajoule. You go to an Olive Garden and you hear people order.
It's the pasta fagioli. Yeah. And so then I was like, well, I'm going to do something funny with my name. So then I did motherfucking Megan.
I'm Laura.
This is Laura.
I'm Laura.
That sounds about right. So.
That sounds about right. Actually, somebody at work
called you Laura the lesbian?
No, I wish. That'd be so cool. No, he asked for my full name. So I was like, oh, it's Laura Van Pelt. And he was like, that's really cool. He goes, you have a really cool name. And I was like,
Olympic dart champion Laura Van Pelt. It's gonna be like world champion female darts player Laura Van Pelt. Like that's name
really
is so
why we're
good.
not doing the podcast anymore, so I could dedicate more time to darts.
Fun fact: Laura's naturally very good at darts. Although
with this blister between my toes, I don't know how well that's gonna. I don't know how well my dart skills are gonna go down.
Have you started like playing physical real darts yet?
That's the thing is we play physical darts.
I was like going to those like shady and seedy dive bars.
We went to just
we actually went to a pretty nice bar. They had great food.
I'm sorry, Laura, you're fucking lying. Did you forget about the flag pissing on
I did
you?
Forget about the flag pissing on me.
Move tables because the pride flag was pissing on you. They had a pride flag and it was underneath their AC unit.
There were so many empty tables and they sat us right next to the pride flag. And right when I sat down, I felt something splash on my arm and I was like, what's going on? So I looked and there's like all these wet streaks down the fucking pride flag because it was like the AC or something above it.
Yeah,
it was dripping.
Oh goodness.
So our waitress came by and we were like, can we like move tables? So we did, and it was fine. We went to a smaller table, but it was whatever.
And so the person with us though, Skulk, literally kept getting distracted though, because also behind us at this table there was this like
it was a painting of Dio, the artist.
Okay.
Just going like this.
Just going like this. And so
staring.
My friend was like, he just kept looking up and he eventually started asking the workers, was like, who is that?
Because we didn't recognize it at first. And even the waitress was like, I'm supposed to know, but I don't. And then literally the next like waitress walked by, he goes, hey, who is that? The first one was like, oh, I don't know, and then the second one was just anybody that walked by. Who is that? But it was
thankfully somebody knew.
yeah, because I think when he kept asking,
can I talk to the manager, please? And they'd be like, oh, is something wrong? Just send out the manager. Manager comes out, it's like, is everything all right? It's like, who's that?
Who the fuck is that?
Why is he staring at me while I eat my
How funny would it have
food?
been if the manager was Dio? Just walked out and looked exactly like that.
Like, oh, it's you!
But I was eyeing, where I was sitting, I was eyeing this darts board.
Mm-hmm.
And to those who don't know, Meg and I, for a while, we were killing it on fucking iPhone.
I don't know if it got
darts.
edited out.
I think we had like 10
games
games on
podcast episodes where you guys have mentioned your fucking digital darts battle.
Yeah.
Battle, it was indeed. And so I saw the physical darts, like the little arcade thing, and I was
like the Green Goblin mask.
Literally, I kept looking at it. And so I fucking eventually
just imagine
I was
like you're at a bar just
that.
like eating your food and you glance over and the dartboard just goes coward.
I mean, that's what it said. They called me a coward because I lost the first game and then straight up was like, I'm not gonna play anymore because this was a close first game, and at least this time I could be like, oh well, I could say it's like a fluke or some shit. Like, oh well, it was only one game, but if I lose multiple times in a row, I don't have that like armor anymore.
That cushion anymore.
And so I just let Skulk and Lara play, and Lara was just naturally very good at darts. It was insane. Just like,
I think with some practice I could go pro.
I want to say right off the bat, scoring an average of like, what was it, 15.6 points?
Like
15?
A dart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, 15 points per dart. Which, like, the professionals, I think, are like 30 points per dart. So, like, you're like 50% to like a world champion.
Yeah, they're like, their triple dart average is 90.
Yeah.
So I am actually not that far.
Right. You're 50, your first ever time playing physical darts, you're 50% of the way to a world champion average, which I was not. I think I was like down in like 11 or 12. So, not doing great.
So I haven't hit the dive bars because I've been working. But
yeah.
Once I'm not working like 60 plus hours, I'm hitting the bars and I'm just gonna play darts. I'm gonna get my boss's face. I'm gonna print out a picture, put it on the dartboard, and then just...
Well, the amount that you can make too. I mean, incredible.
Yeah, you just gotta be a hustler, Lara.
No,
I'm getting a blister between my toes because of work.
Be a darts hustler, dude.
You want to see the blister? Wikifeet rate me. I don't know if you can see it. It's right in between.
Oh, yeah, I see like the little bump.
Yeah. It's in a really weird spot.
The way that you said yeah.
The way you said yeah and then like wiggled your toes a bit.
We are hitting all of the weird fucking kinks. We got robot
We're gonna put
fucking,
the hashtag. We're gonna put the hashtags
feet.
in this one,
and
we're
farts.
gonna. This is
we
gonna be a
burps.
70.
Put me on Wikifeet. Give me 5 stars. I don't think I have 5-star feet, but I would like to be rated 5 stars.
Lara, how much you charging for them feet pics?
Free right now.
Hang on.
Don't. Okay, listen.
Oh, those are 5-star feet.
Oh god. That fucking
not even gonna try it.
Those are 5-star feet.
Try it.
They're a little bit dirty because I don't have slippers anymore. They shredded.
I'm not gonna try it. I got size 10.5 wide feet.
I got size 13 wide feet. If you send me $50, I'll step on something for you and send you a video.
Ooh, yeah. I'd step on shit for $10. Step on shit. $10 plus whatever the cost of whatever I have to step on. If I have to like buy shit to step on stuff.
If you want to get really weird and you want me to step on something and send it back to you, that's $150.
If I can step on it at work, then like just fucking send it. Like if it's like pasta sauce breaks on that line all the time. I can easily step on pasta sauce. But if you're like very specific, it will not be happening.
Oh my god, the bot just posted the fucking the clip from Manivore where it's me opening the drawer.
What a good jump scare.
Oh, dude, that shit was...
That game's so fucked up. Go watch Manivore.
God, dude, editing those videos is my favorite. I'm still trying to get through the last episode. I'm still working through it because it's just so bad, us all crashing out. I found the part where you literally said, Laura, don't forget to take a picture of the mannequin. And I was like, oh, you're right. And then the guy knocked on the door and I just immediately walked out of the room.
Yeah.
And then it's just another 50 minutes of us crashing out because we think the game's bugged. But it's actually because I'm stupid.
Well, I wouldn't say stupid. I would say all
We're
of
working
us
under
forgot
pressure.
A step. We all forgot a step. Because we had already
Meg
done
cheated,
it.
but she didn't cheat in a way that helped us in the final episode.
Hey! Cheating is a word.
And also, technically, I would like to blame this on the developer not putting in a manual save option. Every other part of the game is great, but the fact that it reset our checkpoint to right before we just did everything we'd accomplished in the last episode, so my brain was like, we just gotta fucking run through it. Like, we don't got time for this shit.
Yeah, that's valid.
But so that's just one small complaint. If you're the developer of Manivore and you find this podcast episode, like in the future, just let people have like a manual save option, please. It's very important.
Manivore 2, baby.
If you're the developer of Manivore, what the fuck?
What's wrong with you?
What?
But what a deal for $5.
I would say if you're the
For
developer of
$5,
Manivore,
deal,
like
but
don't
what
listen
the
to any of your
fuck?
haters. Keep making these.
It's not a
fucked up
hater
games.
thing. Like, if anything, you should be proud as someone who makes a horror game if people are going, what the fuck? Like, that's probably what you wanted, I feel like. You want people to be like, what the fuck? Anyways, so, podcast ideas, topics, and things that we have not gotten to make. I think we should just throw them out rapid fire. Laugh at what we will laugh at.
Recording in person, plane tickets are too expensive.
Yeah.
Recording in person is definitely a big one. I had an idea. This was like when we first did the podcast because I was just full of hope, and I was like, when Ruby Volume 10 gets announced, we should do a Ruby episode. And now the podcast is ending, and actually, guess what got fucking announced?
What?
It's in production.
That's awesome news!
I mean, it would be awesome news, but they also started censoring the already out content.
True. The fucking
Changing
Volume
the
6
lore.
after credit scene.
Ugh.
Changing the lore. Retconning shit. Crazy.
Dude.
Look what they've done to my boy.
So how I found this out is I'm currently editing a little thing for Ruby, and so I'm going through literally every season of the show and episode and trying to get like little clips and stuff. And I really wanted at the end of Volume 6, spoilers, I guess, for anybody who hasn't watched the show or wants to, the big bad Salem creates a Grim, right? It pretty much advances a Grim that we've seen before, where it's like this big gorilla looking thing, and then she gives it wings because it's the flying monkeys. When Viz Media bought Ruby and then re-released it digitally and now physically, they removed that scene completely. Because I was like, I swear to God, that was Volume 6. And I was like, well, maybe it was Volume 5. Maybe, there's a lot of Ruby to watch. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. So I went through 4 to 7, and I was like, if it wasn't in between these seasons, then I'm fucking an idiot. So I had to find it on YouTube because I was like, they removed it. And I don't see anybody else like on Reddit or anything being like, hey, did Viz Media remove this scene?
Which is crazy, because like anytime anything like that changes in a series, like there's always somebody on Reddit in the fandom going, guys, Guys,
removed it.
But you want to know what though?
they're ruining
They probably
it.
have physical. They probably have physical copies that they're rewatching already, and because it was at a time where they're like we're doing physical media for it, so they're probably rewatching that, which means that it's not changed in their physical copies. So,
Laura, you have to be
Hopefully.
the Redditor.
I have to be the Redditor.
Oh,
Fucking for the first time in my life ever.
some topics and stuff though. Reddit stories, something I didn't get to do.
That was something when we were first coming up with like the concept of the podcast. We mentioned doing like Reddit stories or like the am I an asshole or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah, just because I think that you guys have interest in like takes, and I like the idea of like going through and kind of like pulling apart some of these crazy fucking things. You know, I'm a big fan of Smosh, and they read Reddit stories, and they do different like themes and stuff like that usually for each episode, and I personally like the ones a little bit more where like they did one episode where it was like, oh, the worst of the worst, like the am I the devil, like where people take something from am I the asshole and the people don't realize that they're such horrible pieces of shit, and they put it onto like a more extreme Reddit thread to be like, these people fucking suck, and they think that they're like questioning if they're the asshole, and they're way worse than the right. Right. So those are so like already decided, like it's so like this one woman was like, am I the asshole for spraying my neighbor's cat with a hose because it was making my dog bark even though it was in her yard not doing anything, and it was laying in the sun just to antagonize my dog? And it's like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, and I don't understand how you could possibly think that you're in the right here. And so, like, those, I find them just not, like, super engaging and boring. I like to get other people's takes on things. I like to get perspective and stuff. So that's kind of why I liked the idea of it, and I thought it would be something interesting to be able to, like, read these stories and stuff that I think are interesting, and then to kind of, like, get your guys' take and perspective. So I wanted to do that, but a topic that got brought up right at the end of the episode that we just did for last week with Morgan. We had talked about teachers a little bit, and so I was like, oh, that would be a good topic, like great teachers and like the shittiest teachers that we ever had to like deal with and stuff like that, like teacher stories. I thought would be really good. I don't know if you had interactions that were like extreme, I guess, with teachers, but I had like the best of the best and the worst of the fucking worst. So that was
Laura didn't
topic
go
there.
to school. She was too cool.
I grew up on the streets.
Okay.
No, I did go to school. I don't know. I feel like my experience with teachers is much more like neutral because I at least like would just go to class every day. Which is really, for Camden, that's bare fucking minimum, right? So like I was actually talking about the same guy that said I had a really cool name. We were talking about teachers yesterday, and I was like, he was saying that he had all these fucking horrible teachers, and I was like, the last bad teacher I had was 5th grade. Like that was it. Every other teacher I had was just kind of like whatever. I didn't have a substitute teacher that everybody hated though.
Substitute teachers are always like either this is the coolest sub or this person
or they suck ass.
Sucks.
Yeah.
The last bad teacher I had was, I think it was my junior year of high school. I was in senior choir, and I had missed a concert because my parents just left town for the weekend, and I told them like they knew I had a concert. They just left town, so like I went home and I was like, I need to take a nap before my concert. And I woke up and it was 9:00 and the concert had basically like was about to start. And I messaged my buddy. I was like, can I get a ride or something? He goes, I'm already here. And I was like, shit. So I go to like school that Monday, and the fucking chorus teacher was just like, I have to give you a failing grade now. And I was like, what?
Because you missed one concert?
I was like, this is chorus. I was like, this is an optional activity. And he just goes, well, it's part of your grade. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went to the guidance counselor's office and I was like, can I drop chorus? And he just goes, yeah. And he just goes, you just have to get the teacher to sign this slip, or you can bring it back to me and I'll just take care of it. Because like I told him what had happened, and he goes, yeah, you can absolutely drop the class. Like, that's fine. And so I went and like handed him the slip, and he like looks at it, he goes, well, I'm not going to sign this. I was like, that's okay. I just had to ask. And I walked back to the guidance counselor's office, and like he was in the middle of a meeting, so I had to wait. And I told him that I was just like, yeah, he said he's not going to sign it. So he signed it, and he just goes, could you do me a favor and deliver this copy to the teacher? I was like, I would love to. I would love nothing more than to do that. So I start heading to his classroom, and then I see that he's got like, I think because he taught like the music classes for the middle schoolers, and then he did chorus for elementary, middle, and senior. So I was just like, all right, whatever. I was like, I'll just wait. And so I saw that like his class had finally gotten out, and I like got up and I like strolled into his classroom, and he just goes, oh, nice to see you again. And I was like, oh yeah, you won't be doing that anymore. And I handed him the slip, and I was like, it's signed by guidance counselor, so I'm never coming back here. And I was like, in the future, you should probably remember that you teach an extracurricular. And I walked out.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to be a hard ass on children who are trying to partake in what is a hobby, maybe they were not going to continue that hobby anymore. So I feel like that's a pretty good thing. I had great teachers. I had awful teachers. I mean, just awful teachers. I remember, and this probably says more about probably my childhood and my upbringing, but it was junior high, so it would have been 8th grade. Or no, 9th grade. 9th grade history class. No, because 9th grade I had AP, so it was 8th grade. Sorry, doesn't really matter that much, but to give an idea of how old I was, it was the first time that I had ever seen an adult apologize to children. like a real sincere apology, not like, oh, sorry, I stepped on your foot, but like a I was wrong apology, like I did something wrong apology. And I don't remember the teacher's name, but I felt so strongly about it that I wrote her a letter. Now, I wasn't there the class before, but apparently something had happened and she like snapped at the classroom. Now, she was retiring halfway through that year because of how her like contract was. So she wasn't going to even be there for the full year. We got another guy that came in, and he was nice enough, but she was an older woman, and she I guess snapped at the classroom. And I don't know the context, don't know what happened, but she stood up in front of the classroom and said, I just want to apologize to everybody for my behavior. That is not an acceptable way to handle a situation. I was having a bad day. I was frustrated. And to snap at you like that just because I was frustrated with a situation isn't right. And I was like, holy shit, what is this? Turns out that's what like being a normal human being should be like, but I was like, you have like no idea how much I don't know the context. I don't know what you did. I wasn't affected by the initial part of it, but how much I respect and appreciate you as an adult looking at these people who I would classify as children. You know, they're like 13, 14 years old. And growing up, it was like, but you're a child, so it doesn't matter. So the adult is right. And if you feel bad about it, that's your problem kind of mentality. So to see an adult do that, I mean, it just blew my freaking mind. And that was, so she was a fantastic teacher. And I had great teachers who were very understanding, very caring teachers, but that was like one thing that like stood out, separate from like the caring, engaged teachers that I had, was like a different level of like respect and looking at what I guess I just like, just because again the mentality of like kids are just kids and the adult is always right kind of mentality to have someone be like, no, I was wrong and I'm sorry for that. It was just crazy, crazy to see, especially coming from a teacher who like has, I feel like an additional level of like authority over children. So it was really, really, really cool to have that experience. And so I wrote her a letter and was like, hey, and it's crazy. I don't even remember her name. Nice lady.
I
Though.
don't
I only had her for half
remember
a year.
like any of my teachers' names. I think because with teachers, like I never really formed like a relationship with them to really say if they were like good or bad. Really, like I only remember a couple of my teachers' names, and like that's it. Once you get to high school, I don't remember any of those fucking bitches.
I had a lot of great teachers in high school. One of them that like immediately comes to mind is my Spanish teacher. It would have been, I think it was also my junior year. Might have been no, I think it was my junior year. It's either my junior or senior year. It's been so long that I actually can't remember when my best friend passed away, which is a crazy sentence.
That's a wild sentence.
But I found out on the bus to school that he had passed away because he was dealing with a bacterial infection. And we had just found out the day before that he was getting better. And then somehow it had compromised his immune system so bad that he got 3 other infections overnight. And so I got the call from my youth pastor, because it was back when I was in church. And he was like, did you hear the news about Michael? And I was like, no, what happened? And he goes, he passed away in his sleep last. And I just immediately, like, all the life just left my eyes. And so Spanish was my second class of the day. So my first class, I was just head in my desk. Like, don't talk to me. Don't look at me. I'm not actually here. So I go to Spanish and he tries to like call on me for a couple things to like answer questions in Spanish or like do something. And I just didn't respond. And so he was just like, you know, I'm not going to bother him. Like, something's going on. So after our class had ended, he had another class about to come in. And he like told them, he goes, guys, can you please wait in the hallway for a second? And they were like, yeah, sure. And he asked me to like stay behind for a bit. And I was like, I rolled my eyes. I was like, oh great, I'm about to get fucking yelled at for not participating in class. And he was, he like told me, he's like, is everything okay? And I told him, I was like, my best friend just died last night, apparently. And so he goes, do you want me to take you home? Do you want me to like have somebody from the staff like drive you home? And I was like, no, I'll be all right. And I didn't know that he sent like a call to the office and was like, I need you to like let his teachers know like today's not the day. Like, just, and like they all tried to like explain, they're like, you can go home, like you don't have to come in for the next couple days, like we'll get everything taken care of. And I was like, I'm just gonna show up. I don't like, it was just that age where like I was still trying to like figure out what my emotions were. So it was just easier to shut everything out. And I was like, I'm just going to show up. But just having him be the only one, like he was one of the only teachers who was just like saw me in the hallway and then saw me in his class and was just like, something's going on. Like, and he like actually checked, and like, I didn't expect him to even care. Honestly, it was just one of those things where I was like, everything was just dead. And I had like one teacher who was like, hey bud, are you okay? Like, do you want to go home? Like, you don't have to be here anymore. And then the counterpoint of that is the chorus teacher who was like, chorus is a very serious thing and you need to show up. And it was like, I signed up for this for fun and it's not fun anymore. You suck.
Right.
It's always elective teachers that take their shit way too seriously. But I know I kept a list somewhere of like episode ideas that I had, and I couldn't find it, but I did find that I did create a year in review thing for when we reached the official year of like when we started posting.
It literally, I checked the Spotify, and if we go by the date the first episode was posted, our 1 year anniversary was exactly next month.
Yeah, it's like the 15th or something.
No,
right?
according
19th.
to Spotify, our first episode was posted on the 19th of August.
Yeah.
My second guess.
It would have been exactly 1 month away. We almost made it.
We almost made it.
But unfortunately, between the numbers and now Laura's work abusing her physically every day with a whip,
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, fun
Her
fact.
Laura's manager just follows her around now. Laura sent us a video.
She has a flog, and she just fucking goes to town on me.
If again, we're hitting all the kinks. Somebody's into that. Somebody's like, where does Laura work?
They're like, yeah, where does Laura work? I need to suck on her toes and get flogged by her manager.
Like, Laura sent us a video one time.
Nobody
She
wants
was
to
like, oh
suck
shit.
on your blistered toes.
Laura sent us a video, guys. She literally was like, oh shit, my
Somebody wants
shoe's
to.
untied. And we heard her manager hit her 76 times while she tied a shoe. It was crazy.
Laura's
I sat down to be like, man, why does my toe hurt? And my manager was like, stand up! And just fucking whacked me.
Oh, dude.
She could, though.
Also, I'm so glad we don't include, like, video stuff, because there's so many times where, like, I catch myself just, like, I'm talking, but, like, my brain just goes off, and I'll, like, quickly look at my webcam, and then I'll look back, and I was like, is that what I've been looking like for the past minute?
You know what I saw in the camera? I was like, damn, if I wasn't fat, my jawline's crazy. It's hidden in there, but it's really square. It's I
It's
could be
hidden
snatched.
in there.
Like,
Meg, you just gotta start mewing. Get that fucking shit toned.
look at that jawline. Look at that. Mm.
I hooked up with a girl once who, when we got into like a bit of an argument, and then she was like, just so you know, I only hooked up with you because I like your jawline. And I was just like, and as much as it's like, okay, that's really disrespectful, I was also just like, okay, so it's pretty good.
So, okay.
I was like, oh, all right.
Compliment, actually.
Yeah. I was like, it ended up actually being a bit of a backhanded compliment, but it's
you got
still
the jawline
like, that's
of a
one of the
bitch who
funniest
knows her
things
way
ever.
around the box, you know what I mean?
Wink.
The jawline of a
Meg's dead.
bitch.
I killed Meg with that one. It's over.
It's so Jover.
Like, it's just like to process to like, you got the jawline of a bitch who knows her way around a box. Like, that's crazy.
But he's not wrong.
Never am. I say absurd things. They're always correct.
They're always correct.
Unless we're doing
Somehow,
misinformation
some
and then I'm lying to your face and you have to figure it out.
Not all the time, though.
That's true.
Well, misinformation now will be full of lies. It'll be
That's
all
true.
lies.
It will now be exclusively
what it
lies.
is.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, well, the first misinformation, which is
the
also...
misinformation podcast episode, not always lies. Going forward, the game show, it's Jover.
Nice.
But the misinformation podcast episode is definitely one of... Like, you know what? Can we just... favorite podcast episodes that we did?
Sex
Because
robots.
misinformation, sex robots.
It is always going to be
so funny.
That
went triple platinum in my car.
It's episode 2. We recorded it almost a year. We definitely recorded it a year ago. We've posted it a year ago, and it is still something we've been referencing to this day.
If we were to keep BuzzBait going, which, by the way, this isn't like a BuzzBait's
it's like
totally
it's not like
over.
we're
If
never
we
coming
get
back.
Yeah, if we get the time, or even if we get, I feel like if we get like an idea, just to be like, let's sit down and just do it because it'd just be funny in this format.
Yeah,
we will probably revisit and do it. But yeah, sex robots is definitely one of the best.
Oh my God, dude.
Misinformation is also really good, and I do want to credit my editing skills on that one because the constant just like flashing up being like true,
Oh my God.
and
Yeah.
just like
Editing is just
other
so good with that.
what was it, when I was like, and I'm laid off, like that shit, just how it was edited was really good.
Job.
Oh my God. Speaking.
Definitely one of my favorite.
Dude, we had
podcast
so
edits.
many fucking crazy banger episodes, but yeah, like sex robots is always just gonna hold that
triple
like
plat.
number 1 gold winner trophy on the pedestal for me. That shit was just so nuts.
Do you know what episode I've never listened to from
Is it
us?
Episode
The
6,
Our
the one where
Games
you
Are
just
Woke?
like, I feel like it's episode 6, the sharing everything on the internet, where you were like, I'm just gonna tell you all my cringe stories, and I think I had like maybe 1 or 2 things to say,
Yeah, I
Is
had
it
like
that
a
one?
couple things. I was
Sorry,
like, well,
do you know
I
what
think
two
I
episodes I've never listened to?
where I was like, I feel like this is pretty cringy. And then Meg's like, I wrote a love letter to a girl, and she just, and I was like,
I have
No,
never written a
no,
love
I
letter that I
didn't.
wasn't already in a relationship
Mm-mm.
with someone.
Y'all are
so it's
wrong.
less cringy.
It's not a love letter. I recited a soliloquy
that's
via
That's what it was.
text message to a phone she shared with her mother.
Oh, goodness.
I hope the audio peaks and blows out people's eardrums so that they don't hear, like they get tinnitus off of my shame.
It is the video.
Anyways,
that you,
what episode
is the
is
episode? Wait, hang on. Let me give an actual guess. Is it the one where we said that our favorite video games are woke, and I found the list on Reddit, and we found out that Call of Duty
is woke. I'm actually
because
pulling
it
up
has a
our official
woman.
BuzzBait episode list right now, so I can guess.
No. So I haven't listened to the cringe one. I forgot
Okay.
about that one. I've blocked it. I've tried to block it, apparently.
That's one of our better performing ones too.
Of course it is. It's my greatest shame out on the internet. If I was okay, if I put more out there, we would be pulling numbers.
Is it another banger from the gallery?
No. In fact, that one.
Was it episode 11 where we had the author come on?
No.
I'm gonna be honest, that's one of my least favorite.
Really?
And that's nothing to do with him as a guest. I thought he was a fine guest. I felt that I had nothing really to contribute to the topic.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see like where like that would be something where you're like, that's not my favorite. No. Because here's the thing, it's one that I did not edit, so like I've never listened to it.
Was it the elder abuse one?
No, because
Oh.
I did edit that one and I added
okay.
in my own little.
Oh,
bits.
that's right.
It is the Halloween Smasher Pass one.
Oh,
Because I'm so terrified of what I sound like. I was laying on a couch while we were recording that, by the way. I was laying down on a couch.
that one's
crying.
so funny.
Such a good
Right.
fucking
Oh.
I was laying. How do you record a podcast laying down on a couch crying for an hour?
I don't know, but we fucking did it.
Yeah, did we knock that
We
shit
did
out?
it,
That
and
shit
it's
was
a fucking
banger.
Sex Robots #1, Smasher Pass
terrified.
Halloween #2,
Elder
Misinformation
abuse
number
number
3.
3.
I farted on that podcast. I think. I don't know if it made it into the edit, and I'm too afraid to know if it made it.
That was
into the
also,
edit.
I believe that's the one where we came up. We were like, "Let's sell fart jars."
That was
I
one of the
think
first
so.
ones. Yeah.
I'm 1000% sure.
Oh
And
my
now
God.
we're talking about selling toe picks because I put my dogs up.
I tried to put my dog up, but it physically hurt my leg and my nutsack.
Hold on, I can do both. For our fans out there, give a little.
Got
Little
both
wiggle.
of them.
Dude,
These are
this
some
one's-
hard-working feet.
This one's gonna
Alright.
do numbers for the people who watch the YouTube
This is-
video.
They're gonna make us have to come back because it's gonna perform so well.
Because it's gonna perform so well.
You can't end the
I just gotta
podcast when we go
I just gotta flash
viral.
the camera every like 15 minutes with some toes. And we'll do good. Remember, rate my feet on wikifeet high. I need 5 stars. I take no less. You know what? Actually, I will settle for a 4.5. These are some hard-working feet.
Who I think it was Funhouse. They were recording something randomly, and somebody goes, "Do you girls have wiki feeds?" And it's like, "Yeah, of course." No, it was Dropout. It was an episode of Dropout. It goes, "Do you all have wiki?" And it's like, "Yeah." And it goes, "What are your ratings?" And one of the girls goes, "Bad." And then one of the other girls goes, "That's because you posed for feet pics with your engagement ring."
That's crazy. Did she put it like on a toe?
I don't. That part I don't know. But yeah.
So I looked up wikifeet, and so I'm on the site right now, right? I'm gonna share my screen with you.
Oh, perfect.
I'm really hoping you guys, the audience, are watching.
Tune in.
Oh,
Laura,
that's the
how
wrong
often have
page.
you visited Wikifeet that it's all purple links? Also, you stopped
It's
sharing
not.
the screen.
I stopped sharing the screen because it's not sharing what I wanted to share, but it's blue. I opened it and
on the screen you just shared, that shit showed up as purple. Like you've been to this website before.
It's okay, Laura.
no, I'm literally looking at it. It is all blue.
It looks purple
It
on
looks
the screen.
it
It
looks
does look
very
purple. I'm not gonna lie. It looks
like
very
where
purple.
it says Wikipedia Wikifeet, that shows up as blue. This is showing like every link is
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah, it does. It does look very,
Really?
very purple. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Because
see
all of
this
them
in
are
the thing.
blue to me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Like this
It must be
blue,
like a
blue,
color thing, but
blue, blue.
yeah,
Because
'cause
I've
it's
never been
all-
to this site before.
Ah.
So
It's... Oh no, I don't
matched
like...
souls. That was the
I
first thing I
don't
saw. That's what
like
I wanted to
that.
share.
Don't
You
Matched
know
like
what?
souls.
that
Good
at
things
know
all.
come
what?
in pairs.
You know
Please
what?
get
That's
it off
not
my
even
screen.
that's not even the worst. There was a trend on TikTok of instead of holding hands, people would interlace their toes together.
Oh, I've done that
And-
with a few girls. Be like, forget holding hands. Let's hold toes.
Oh my god.
But this is an ad. It says matched souls. Good things come in pairs. Playful and creative, toe to toe, soul to soul, and foot to foot poses, celebrating what makes each pair one of a kind. And I wanted to click on it. Oh, it's a Patreon. Boo.
Oh no.
No thanks.
What is
I
no?
don't like it. Why are we doing this?
Because it's the finale, baby. Anything goes.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, due to low ad revenue, I have no choice but to use some more aggressive ads. Sorry, guys. Hopefully, in the future, we won't rely on advertisers so much.
Okay, yeah, that is an aggressive ad. That is an aggressive ad.
But I was looking to be like, do I need to make my own wikifeet? That's why I went on. That's why I was like, I'm just going to open it. Because if this episode's going to come out unedited, my dogs are going to be on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need
This
to
is
make the
all gonna be out there.
wikifeet? How do you make a wikifeet? If I need to make one.
Let me know when you figure that out, because if I can start making some extra money selling feet pics with my fucking big stompies, ooh,
Gift shop. I didn't even see that there was a gift shop.
that's
Oh my
great.
God.
That's
Wikifeet
nuts.
gift shop.
Insane.
This isn't even like
It's time for the white elephant gift exchange.
guys.
Laura,
gotta
calm down.
order my
No.
homies shit from the
No.
Wikifeet. That's
Time out. That snapback surprisingly affordable. $15.99 is not a bad price.
I'm gonna be honest.
This
I
hoodie,
was expecting.
$30.
I was expecting a little bit more like wild stuff, not just something that looked like this.
Can you imagine seeing somebody in anything with a Wikifeet logo on it, though? That is wild, Laura.
Yo, I
Oh,
can
the
get you-
bucket hat. I actually kind of like that. I vibe with
Brother,
that.
I got that Wikifeet travel mug.
I'm gonna get you
What?
a Wikifeet teddy bear. Oh, it's temporarily.
This
out of
is what
stock.
I was thinking of. Love feet and prosper.
Oh my God. See, I thought it was gonna be like jewelry and shit for your feet. I thought it was gonna be crazy shit like that.
Oh, the tie dye.
This is just a weirdly normal and well-adjusted gift shop, all things considered.
They have a Letterman jacket, Love Feet and Prosper. That's
For
wild.
Laura,
$50.
Laura is adding that to cart immediately.
Yeah, let's see what colors do we got.
We got black and gray, blue and gray, red and gray, gray and white, black and white.
This is like navy
and
and
white,
white. Yeah,
yeah.
add to cart. All right, choose a size. I think probably XL. All right, you guys aren't gonna see me fucking page out. I'm getting out of here.
We'll never know until Laura pops up one day on a recording with a
Love
Wikifeet.
feet and prosper Letterman jacket.
My
What
friends,
are you
my
working
friends, we are
overtime
not
for
seeing
if
the
not
kingdom.
to
If not to
buy?
get a fucking
We are
wiki
not
feet
seeing the
jacket.
kingdom of heaven. The pearly gates will never open for us.
We'll die. Jesus will be like, "Here's your podcast recordings," and then we're gonna go, and we'll be like, "All right, we'll go downstairs." So we go downstairs, and then the devil's like, we don't even want you.
Yeah, the devil's like,
We
you
have to
got
go
two
to
choices.
purgatory.
Devil's like, you got two choices. You can either keep going up and down the stairs, or you can we'll put you back on the earth and you can try again. Because what you did, we're not interested.
We're not interested. You put your feet on the internet for free. You didn't even charge.
You freak.
That's why you should rate my wikifeet
Yeah.
5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should rate Colin's wikifeet 5 stars.
If I get 5 stars on wikifeet, I'll do more consistent. I'll like it for gameplay recordings. I'll give you a quick foot update.
If you see pictures saying that they're my feet, don't rate them, delete them. They're almost certainly fake.
They got hacked.
They got into my feet pic folder. Oh no! They linked my feet pic. They linked my feet. All right, let's move on.
The group chat
from
got
the
leaked.
feed.
What's going to happen now? It's like, well, the internet has 7,842 pictures of my fucking feet. And
That's like
about
if my
600 pictures of me taking shits.
That's like, yeah, if I had a sex tape that leaked and like got viral for whatever reason, I just start doing porn. Just fucking embrace it. Everybody already saw you do it.
Right.
Just, what's the point in being like, this will never happen again? It went viral. People liked it. Fucking do it again.
Do it again, and this time charge for it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this time get paid.
Oh God.
That's what it's about.
Get that bag. So, the other thing that I did say right at the beginning was that we were going to talk about the CEO scandal with Coldplay and ridiculous stuff. Now, I saw a
Coldplay's
meme.
trending again, guys. They're back.
Yeah, they're relevant again.
So I saw a meme that was like, every summer there's a CEO sacrifice. You know, and then it had like the Titanic sub, it had like the orca whales, the yachts, and then it had like Luigi, and then it had this guy. And I was like, can you imagine though being the CEO? And he's like, it was only my marriage. I'm still alive. I didn't get crushed in a submarine.
What a relief. And it was somebody like close to his age.
Right.
That's the thing that I was like, you know what? I don't
wasn't,
even
like,
care because
Predator.
it wasn't like a 19 or
The
16-year-old
crazy
girl.
thing is like
he didn't have to
somebody-
come out and be like, I'm on the Epstein list. Oh no.
Somebody
Yeah.
posted about it and was
Sorry,
just
there's
like, they made a
none.
video skit about it, and it was like, we have to contact the HR department and the public relations, and somebody goes, funny story about that, boss. And
Yeah.
he goes, what do you mean? And then it cuts for a second. He goes, so he hooked up with the head of HR, and it goes, yeah, and it goes, get our PR team on it. And then he contacts like PR, and PR just goes, we're not touching this. Or no, they were like, just tell them both to shut their mouths. We'll get something together. And it goes, he already posted an apology. And the PR manager goes, I quit. And just leaves the room.
He already posted an apology where he quoted Coldplay lyrics.
Low key though, I think, now hear me out. I think this is just a like ad for whatever his fucking company is.
Probably.
Because it's like astrologer or whatever, right?
Yes.
Astronomy? Astronomer?
Was it astronomy? I thought it was astrology too.
I think it might be
astronomer.
I think it might be astronomer.
Oh. Nuts to
Yeah,
butts,
astronomer CEO.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Is
Never
this?
heard of this fucking company before.
Nope.
At all.
But there's so many companies you never hear of. Can you imagine if it was just like a way to go viral?
Listen,
Marketing.
people try to get clout any fucking way they can, and this is a genius way to do it.
Cause like, I mean, I don't know what they do, but if it's anything that involves engaging with the public,
The last update I saw about this was somebody said that the guy's like the CEO's wife has removed her last name from her LinkedIn profile and made it private, and I was like, yeah, I was like, homeboy's about to lose 50% of that fucking company.
yeah, because I think he's a co-founder, like he's a founder. He's not just the CEO.
Yeah.
It's like his company, about to be her company,
For real.
and that
Oh,
HR
God.
rep, she's gonna get fired. She's not gonna be employed very long when the wife's owning the company. But I never
Okay.
understood.
I looked up astronomer and what it is, and it's actually not that interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that guy. He doesn't do anything fun.
Yeah. He's at a Coldplay concert.
Yeah, for fucking real.
Don't
You know
don't
what?
let me shit on Coldplay.
Why did
Don't
I
let me shit
even?
on Coldplay. Don't.
All right, yeah, like that's the nuts part. Is like of all the things, like if you own a business and like you're making decent money, I imagine. Of all the places to take the person you're having an affair with, like there are businesses dedicated to basically not allowing any photography or filming so that rich people can cheat on their wives.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you bring your wife to a concert and then sit in the VIP section just right on the very edge?
Yeah.
Well, you can't fucking put her in the nosebleeds.
Yeah,
If
you
you're a
gotta impress
CEO
your
of a
mistress.
company, exactly. You want to impress the lady. You want to take her on a nice,
But that's like
nice
another
evening.
thing. That's when you know like
A
his
nice
marriage
evening
is really
to the
fucked up,
local
though.
Coldplay concert.
Because he didn't go.
Listen, it
for,
wouldn't
like,
be a nice
super
evening to
young
me. I don't care,
woman.
but
He didn't go for like some like supermodel. Like, oh, I got money, so now I'm gonna go for the young hot woman. Like that's how you know his marriage is fucked up. Because clearly, like this is not just like a physical relationship. That is an emotional connection that you had with another person. That is a full blown affair. It's not just a dude going out and fucking somebody else, which is bad enough. It's like
I just also love that,
What-
like, when the
yeah.
camera's looking at them, that third woman whose face, like, she's about to cry, but she's also, like, her face is so red because she's like, I know for a fact that those two did not want to be on
Yep.
camera.
I mean, can you imagine being like your friend is like, hey, my boyfriend who I'm cheating on my husband with has got us really great tickets to a Coldplay concert, and you have to come along so that I can tell my husband that I'm hanging out with the girls tonight, and then you get there and then that all happens and you're like, oh yeah, your husband's gonna really believe that you're hanging with the girls tonight.
If this might be a hot take to some people, but if it is, I think you're a bad person and your opinion doesn't matter. If you help
Rainbow just
or
messaged me
know
and said,
that
oh fuck, I'm a piece of shit.
if you help someone cheat, or you know someone's cheating and you're not like trying to care
Stop
about
it.
the other person, you are just as bad as the person cheating on their partner. You're a piece of garbage and you should be cut in half.
I agree.
You know, a lot of people are like, not my circus, not my monkeys. Like,
That
no.
only applies if like kids are misbehaving in public. That doesn't apply to someone ruining another person's life.
But then suddenly you're a nosy busybody, and it's like, well, was it your place to like go
Yeah, it
and
was,
tell
because
another
that's my
person?
homeboy, and you're not finna do that to him. I'll cut you in half
There's
with a rusty spork.
I
And
was
it's
thinking
gonna hurt the whole
situation.
time.
I was thinking
Going-
about the like imagine like you find out that your friend is cheating on their partner.
RKO him in the street on the curb.
Like a lot of people are like, well, that's my friend before their partner, or is it my place to go and tell their partner, or am I just ruining this person who's supposed to be my friend's fucking life?
I will say that there are a lot of people that think like that. That does not mean that it is the correct way to think.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, that's the thing too. Is like, so my mother cheated on my father. Unedited podcast time. Her friend, I think, is the biggest piece of shit on the planet. She was in a bad relationship with her boyfriend. Boyfriend was fucking abusive, a fucking psycho. My father is a type of man, drops everything, puts the guy in his place, grabs all her shit, moves her out, moves her into his home with his family, and she helped my mom cheat on him.
Yeah, scumbag.
Now, a lot of people, my mom was telling my dad, oh, he's this abusive scumbag, he's an asshole, he's awful, he's screaming at me, he's so mean to me, and he's so angry. My life is so terrible. But this person knew that was not true. knew for a fact he's not a scumbag, that's a good man, and still helped my mother. And I think that she's a scumbag for that.
And she is. There's
Confirmed.
a cheating There's a cheating scandal going on at my work right now.
Yeah, you told us.
You gave us the
Yeah.
thing that there's like one that's confirmed and one that's
So
like...
there's 2 girls with boyfriends, totally separate women, separate men.
Find out from this episode.
The one girl is known to sleep around with other people in the warehouse. So this is the one that I'm like, it's speculation, because she's just a very loud woman, and so once she was like, oh, I have a boyfriend, like everybody fucking knew. But she's now hanging out with one of the guys from the warehouse like all the time. So like texting him, going on breaks, lunches, whatever, right? So that's where it's like, it's speculation, because the guy is like, it will never happen, like I know what she's like and I don't want that, we're just friends. And I'm like, yeah, but when she spreads her legs, you're gonna fucking get in there, whatever. The other girl it's recent, we all are now like, oh, she has a boyfriend and she's been like doing all these other things, like that's crazy. And where the boyfriend works, right, we all learned yesterday, because so the warehouse is because, as I mentioned before, I'm working like 60-hour weeks. The warehouse has hired outside help, right? So it's like people from different states, literally people from just hiring companies like that have never worked for Walmart before. Like we just have a bunch of random fucking people in the warehouse. And one of these guys is using this opportunity to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to flirt with all the pretty girls, which isn't a lot. But this one girl, she is very pretty, and she has a fat fucking ass. Like, it's fucking huge. That thing got motion. So, obviously, like, it makes sense that he would be like, well, I'm going to start flirting with her. And in the break room, not only did I see it and hear it, but 2 other people were like, yeah, we saw it and heard it too. Where she was getting something, she like bought like some snacks or something, and this guy was like, oh, you're so beautiful, and you know, chatting her up, and like was like, hey, can I get your number? And she gave it to him. And you know, we were all just kind of like, ooh, she's you know, getting with one of the new guys. And then later on in the night, we were like, we all found out, we were like, oh, she has a boyfriend and she's doing this. Like, well, things are suddenly getting a little weird. We found out what the boyfriend's first name is. No one can figure out what his last name is, so we have no way to contact him to be like, your girl is cheating.
Yeah.
But
the
I have...
Nile is a river in Egypt. Your girl is handing out her number to strangers.
To literal strangers. People from different fucking states.
Yeah, like that's the like if it had been somebody who's like been around the warehouse, I could almost be like, well, maybe like there's something we don't. This man showed up and was like, damn, that's a bad bitch with a nice ass, and she was like, here's my number, and he's like, that shouldn't have worked.
Literally.
That's crazy though. But that is one of just those situations where it's like, oh, what do you do if you can't contact the dude?
Kill her.
Well,
You kill both of them. Equal opportunity. Kill both of the people.
pretty sure that's illegal.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Not if you make it a defensive situation. Make them attack you, and then suddenly you're good to do it.
Mm-hmm. You know what though? New York is not a stand your ground state. They're really not. They don't like the self-defense thing. You know what I mean?
Trick them into
they want
attacking you
to
in Florida.
do-
You'll for sure get away with it.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
if you bring them down to Florida, you just push them motherfuckers over a rail with one of the signs that says gators in the water. You'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
They won't think anything of it.
You'd be fine. Just be like, oh, these 2 damn lovebirds probably filming one of them damn TikToks, fell in the river.
I believe it.
When I rewatched that video, by the way, I was so upset at the zoom in.
The misinformation, how often we went,
Yeah, like you, like the first time it happens, you did it, and then Meg and I both did it. I did not. I was so uncomfortable when I saw just like the zoomed in camp. I was like, oh,
That was
that's
one of
the...
my favorite parts where I'm just talking and it very quickly flashes like a zoom in
like
of me going like
American education and
Ugh.
we all had the
but
same.
all throughout the episode we all just went
Yeah, well,
for me, it's partly because I have to like stim or like my brain will start melting down.
well for
So,
me
like,
and Meg it was like either you would ask the question and we'd do it or you'd give us the answer and then we'd do it.
Yeah, well, because it's always like I got it wrong or that's crazy or like oh, but you see, you say that, but I feel like it's like a.
I do also like one of my favorite parts of that episode is definitely when I was just like, every day your brain eats a bit of itself, and Meg just goes, what do you mean by that? And I was like, every day your brain eats a bit of itself, but how, like, what are we talking? Are we talking like and I was like, every day your brain eats itself, and Meg goes, I think Colin's brain is eating. I was like, every day.
One of my favorite parts of the episode was you asked one of the questions and Megan goes, well, I don't think Colin would be, trying to trick us, and gave her answer.
Yeah, it was the bear.
And I was like,
it was the rank that the bear was given in the Polish army.
And I was like,
and
I don't
Meg
know, I
was
feel
like,
like
well,
Colin
I don't think
would.
he'd try and trick us up about like what rank it was. And in the back of my head, I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing. And then Lara was like, it's not true. And then Meg was like, I don't think he would. I think I'm gonna say it's true. And I was like, it wasn't. He wasn't a colonel. He was a sergeant, or whichever way it was.
Yeah.
And Meg was, and I just like look at Meg's camera and I just see her go, I trusted you.
The life fade.
I had hope, and it's gone now.
The whimsy is gone from the world, and it's your
That's right.
fault.
It's all up from here because our feet pics are out on the internet.
Your feet pics. You can't say our.
Colin.
Your.
Colin's feet. Get him up there, boy. Yeah.
Did that hurt? Again?
It hurts so fucking bad.
I'm sorry.
I am 6 feet tall in a chair, and I'm trying to get my leg, which is the longest part of my height, up into a camera.
I feel like my torso is pretty long.
How long is the cord? Where is this stuck to? Oh, I can't move it. I was literally gonna grab my. I was like,
just angle it at your feet.
Just like take it and like point it down at my feet, do little poses.
Hell yeah.
But no, I don't know what my webcam cord is tangled in, but it's not moving very nice. So
I actually, you know what? Hold on. I probably
I you were gonna whip out
the camera. No, I probably could hook the camera up to like angle at my feet. So then during like Twitch stream idea.
I literally was just like, can you imagine like watching someone play a horror game and seeing their feet move?
See my toes curl in horror?
You have to, you have to set it up so that like it's just like it's a special thing on your dashboard where it's like if you donate $50, it'll turn the feet cam on for 25 seconds.
Hell yeah. That's a way better idea. I was just gonna have like a Twitch stream of like me playing something, and then you can watch how often I move and wiggle my toes around. Because they do not sit still. Like you may be like, wow, Lara, like torso up, she is just sitting still, but my feet are moving.
Okay, Laura. Speaking of playing horror games, I can't wait for all three of us to edit and release our GTFO thing, because I genuinely think the funniest part is when Jared's like asking a question or something, and he's being loud, and I'm like, hey Jared, and he goes, yeah, what's up? I was like, why don't you shut the fuck up?
Jared did say he can't stop yapping and he would get killed.
Next time we try and record that, I'll make sure like I don't have anything going on, because I felt so bad, because I think we could have had that run, but I was like, I gotta go, guys.
Had it.
I can't wait.
I was like, I'm so sorry.
I can't wait to see what the fuck comes out, because.
But yeah, dude, it was so funny because like we had just like had the conversation. We're like, all right, we're gonna start trying to take this seriously. We're gonna try and finish a mission. That means we gotta crouch, we gotta watch our flashlights, we gotta try and not make noise, and we gotta not talk as much. And then like we're partway through the mission, and Jared just goes, hey guys, what do you guys think about this? And I was like, hey Jared. And he goes, what? I was like, what do you think about shutting the fuck up? And he just goes,
He was like, oh, that's a good idea.
He just like stared at me in game for a second and just like started chuckling and goes, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh my god, dude, it was so
It was
funny.
actually a fun game too.
It's so scary, but it's so funny.
Yeah,
because it was like that last mission. Yeah, it was that last mission where like every time we would spot one, I'd be like, all right, guys, and I would just like crouch and slowly go up to it, and I would charge up the power attack on the spear and just fucking hit him in the brain.
Another thing that happened during that video, not to spoiler it for anybody that is looking forward to it, but where there's this like creature that will pause every like 10 seconds and send out like feelers.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have eyes. It doesn't have eyes, so it has to like stop.
I was hiding
and,
behind a like a rack, right? It had like cardboard boxes and stuff on it, and I was like, there's no way that it's gonna reach around and like through and touch me and be like alerted that someone's there, and it did just that.
I remember like I said it in the video. I think I was turned around to like see where it was going, and yeah, like I turned around and I was like, it's not gonna go through the shelf, and then I see like the red tendril pop, and I was like, no fucking shot.
Yeah, because I did I said the same thing. The tendril turned red, and I was like, you're kidding.
Yeah, I watched Markiplier, Bob Wade, and Jacksepticeye play GTFO, and it's entertaining to watch them do it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's such a good game, and I think that like if we do record more of it in the future, which by the way, I was gonna reach out and like try and get something like commissioned for all three of us to use for like thumbnails and stuff, just because like it was supposed to be like the first episode, and I just used the name of our group chat, which is the Spook Troopers. And I was gonna try and oh my god, there's something in my tongue, fucking gross. But I was gonna try and like get something commissioned, but I was like, I don't know if I'll get it done in time to like get to you guys for your uploads. But I mean, if we just
coordinate the uploads, like
I definitely might try and at least get something for the like. You guys can like put whatever images you want, but I might get something done like how we have the BuzzBait logo. I might do something like that, but for like Spook Troopers.
Oh yeah, that'd be.
So cool. I might reach out to Jax about it because he did our BuzzBait logo and everything else. So
hell yeah, that'd be sick.
So keep an eye out for that content, and again, gameplay content on our channel. It's been better.
The gravy train is Sir Jarbuncle,
Mr. Jarbuncle,
and then KFP. You're already here. You're already listening.
You already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gaming stuff is not going to stop.
We're going to keep doing the gaming stuff. It's just
bit.
Meg's not as super hyper stoked about playing every scary, terrifying horror game that comes out, but Laura, Jared, and I love horror games, so we were like, we don't want to like torture Meg because eventually she will quit. She'll stop talking to us if we exclusively message her. If we exclusively message her every week, and it's like, Meg, new horror game, log on. Eventually she would stop talking to us, so we were like, all right, let's do like a little side project for all three of us to use. And
yeah, so like the gaming stuff is
we've got a couple ideas in the works to fire up some more game. We have to finish Man of War first, and then
which we're already on the tail end of. But
we just fucked it up last episode, and now we have to go run back through everything.
Literally. But
I had a thought though, and that was after we finished recording the final episode, I was like, all right, we'll do that. But I think the final episode, once we go get that picture, is only going to take like another 20 to 30 minutes. So what if we tried to record a speed run? And
I think you mentioned this before.
Because because like now that we know how the game works and like where some of the jump scares are, what if we just fucking haul ass?
I think you and I could speed run it. I think Meg would want to die.
Yeah.
Because you know, no matter how fast we're moving, I'm going into that room and I'm ringing that bell 30 times and then I'm leaving again.
And we're seeing the spider.
And like, here's the thing: you did it before, and I'm like, nothing happened. But like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It is literally the psychological programming of the rest of the table is like dark brown, gray. I think there was like a tablecloth. And there's just a bright red button, and I have to go up and press it.
But what I was gonna say is that the gaming stuff, the Katana Fish channel, might be on a little bit of a pause, even if like that affects the audience in any sort of way, because we do have some backlog, but so even if we go on a little bit of a pause, they might see it for like a week or two, right? But that is not going to stop. There's still going to be updates and posts, and it's going to be kept up with. BuzzBait, probably not.
That shit's going on break.
That shit dead.
Potentially
could be revived.
Potentially forever, but don't get your hopes up. We'll make an announcement if we have some like big brain move.
Yeah, I mean, what I think would be good is if we can get the game stuff to take off, and then you just use the game stuff to be like, hey guys, we are still doing the thing. And I think that people, if we get a good enough game following, they like the kind of humor and crazy shit that clearly that we're doing. So I think it would work. I just think that focusing on just the that part of it, I think is just gonna be better for growth.
We need the 30 people that watch the game to be also the 30 people that watch the pod.
Yeah, if 30 people were watching
for whatever
the pod,
reason can't.
If 30 people were watching the podcast, I think we would still be doing it. Because 30 podcast listeners is pretty good.
30 podcast listeners? 30 people listening to us yap?
For every week? Oh my god.
30 people licking at my toes?
I say 30 people listening to a podcast where none of us were like a famous person who started a podcast is pretty crazy.
Yeah. That would be a semi-successful
like, that's something
podcast.
That I know a lot of people forget is that like a lot of these like super successful podcasts is like, well, yeah, he was already like an actor, a stand-up comedian, like,
an
all
athlete,
this other shit.
Like everybody already knew.
Yeah, it's just like, so then like he just announced, he's like, yeah, I got a podcast. Of course he's got like thousands upon thousands of people listening to every episode. Like he was already famous first, or she was already famous first. I know there's a few female-led podcasts that did something similar.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just a bunch of fucking weirdos who worked at a card game company for a while, and we were like, hey, we all have horrifically cursed things inside of our brain. What if we said them out loud on camera?
Yeah, we were all like, honestly, I'm pretty sure what started this whole thing was when we were playing Ruby Grimmeclips. And...
Was this a story about how you thought I wanted to fuck your sister?
Yes, Linda, if you're listening...
one of our 4 listeners is Laura's sister, so
I was playing Weiss, a character with a older sister who was in the military,
and she's very hot.
Winter is very hot, yeah. So
if you're a regular listener, you know that I've mentioned before that if I was in the Ruby universe, whichever moral side of the war I'm on depends on if Salem reaches out to me first or if Winter Schnee gets a hold of me first.
Mm-hmm. What if Ironwood gets a hold of you first? Not Winter, Ironwood.
If Ironwood did, it would have to be before his tyrannical collapse. Because when he showed up for the Vital Festival, I was like, dude, this guy's so fucking cool. Like he's actually kind of a badass. Mm-hmm. And then like we saw him again for the first time. I was like, oh, he sucks.
Oh, he's unwell.
As soon as he showed up on camera when he was reintroduced, I was like, bro has not slept. And then as the season went on, he was like, he still hasn't not an hour of rest. It just gets worse. He's gonna start having Hat Man hallucinations, and he's gonna start killing innocent people. And then I was like, oh, he didn't need the hallucinations. He's just killing them. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know we mentioned it about the Ruby Grimmeclips thing on the podcast before. So just very brief. We were playing the game. Again, I was playing Weiss Schnee, character with a older sister in the military, and Colin was like, if your sister... if your sister was in the game...
Weiss said a line where she was just like, I wonder... She was something like, I wonder if Winter saw that, or like, I hope Winter sees that, or something. And I was like... And like, I don't know what took over my brain, but I was like, I want to fuck your sister. Meg, and we were playing with a random person. They were on the other side of the map. So nobody except myself and Laura heard what Weiss just said.
Right. So all I heard through Discord was Colin going, like, I would fuck your sister.
Yeah.
Or like, I want to fuck, your sister.
So it just went, like, dead silent.
It's dead quiet.
It went dead because
everybody stopped.
You guys couldn't see my face, but I was like, I can't believe he just said that to me.
And then
I've had people tell me I had a hot sister before, but to just be so bold and be like, yeah, I'd fuck her. I was like,
but so what happened was, so in my experience as a person who had undiagnosed autism but diagnosed ADHD, I was aware there was something a bit scattered. Never really understood why. So like, because I'm actually like really good friends with Laura and Meg, it got quiet. Like, we don't do that. We don't do that in our voice chats. And because so like after like a minute, otherwise
I would have agreed.
After a minute or two, I was just like, did I say something wrong? And Laura just goes, why would you say that about my sister? And I was like, and this was the funniest part. I was like, you have a sister? I was like, I was talking about Weiss. And everybody was like, oh. I was like, Laura, I didn't know you had a sister.
I do remember because after that, me and you, like, we private messaged and we just started talking about our families. And we were like, we didn't know this about each other. We just were like, you like Pokemon? And then vibed. Like, that was it.
I was like, I have 2 older brothers. I have an older sister. My oldest brother was in juvie because he threatened to stab me when I was 3. And then he was in and out of jail for my entire life. And Laura was like, I didn't know that. I was like, I thought you were an only child. So.
And I was like, I thought you were.
No, I'm the youngest.
I'm also the youngest.
So yeah, then we had that whole interaction, and somehow that like brought us to a rabbit hole where it was like, we should just fucking start a podcast, because that would be like, that was like, was that the idea for the whole channel? Because it was imagine
that moment that we said
made
something.
A video.
Yeah, because it was in that moment we were like, man, we should have a YouTube channel, because this all happened in the same year. Because that was like March or February or something, and then this was in August.
And then I feel like we like made a joke about something. Like something else happened where we were talking about and making a joke. And then you were like, funny enough, I actually was like thinking, what if I wanted to do this? And then I was like, oh, we could do this thing. And then it just became this thing where
and then we did. And then Meg and I mentally abused Laura by making her do all the work from August until like November. And then Laura was like, guys, this sucks. And I was like, oh shit, did you want help with that? And she was like, yeah, if you don't mind. And I was like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it happens. Now, look at you. You're a fucking editing pro.
We're all fucking cruising right along.
I'm going to get there. I'll get there with the video.
You're going to get there. You got to get that song, get some Ruby clips, and we're going to make you an MVB. What?
AMV?
AMV.
GMV. Well, no, it's an AMV because you're doing the anime, not the game. Never mind. Ignore me. Move on.
And we're going to get your editing skills up.
Mm-hmm.
I had the thought. I was
I'm
like,
going to make a Ruby AMV with a K-pop Demon Hunter song, just so everybody knows. If you want it,
I had the thought, and I was like, if it wasn't so time-consuming,
I'll at you when it drops.
I would go through our podcast episode library. And I had the thought, I was like, it'd be so funny to just like edit just the worst podcast episode by just using clips and words from other recordings.
I did have the thought too of being like, making like a quick like 30-second clip and it's just like, it'd probably be longer than 30 seconds because I was like, oh, just do a quick thing of like all our best moments or like good laughs or whatever. And then I was like, oh, but I got to go through like 30 episodes.
Right. That's like a lot of time to skim through. I mean, this episode's going to be an hour and a half, it looks like, because we're
yapping.
Yeah. Well, this is how it goes. It usually is about like an hour and a half, and then we just cut
Show
out
me one funeral service where they don't fucking talk nonstop. This is a funeral episode. We get to talk as much as we want.
R.I.P. BuzzBait.
I'll see you up in heaven someday, baby girl.
No,
BuzzBait
we've
looking
already
up
said
at us from hell.
BuzzBait actually is going straight to hell.
The devil's gonna,
maybe purgatory.
The devil's gonna listen to it once, and he's gonna be like, "I don't want this," and God goes, "Too bad, you're also in hell. This is your punishment. You have to listen to every podcast."
You can send the people to purgatory. You know, maybe outside the podcast they did good things, but like the podcast, going to hell.
The podcast on your desk playing on repeat 24/7.
Oh my
25/8 actually.
I actually wouldn't be too mad.
I wonder if someone in hell is like getting our podcast as their torture.
That'd be huge.
It's like that joke of being like you're presented with 3 rooms and the devil's like, you know, you to make room in hell, like you have to take a room, and you just see someone and they're just like they have headphones on and you're like, oh fucking I want that, and it's just our podcast on repeat in the headphones.
Yeah, my personal hell would be the cringe episode on repeat.
On repeat.
That's the only one I get to listen to when I go to hell.
The cringe episode, Smash or Pass Halloween.
And then you just have to hear the phrase Meg's a fleshy every once in a while just thrown in there.
Oh yeah, the sex robot episode. I mean, those are fucking, that's a banger lineup right there.
You know what, though? This really incentivizes me. We gotta make more episodes so I can get more variety when we go to hell and have to listen to our own podcast. I don't want to listen to, like, 30 episodes on repeat. Like, give me, like, a good library.
But just think of it this way, Meg.
Keep
You
it
would never
fresh.
hear the same episode twice in a single day, because every episode's almost an hour or over an hour long, and there's 34 of them. There's going to be 34 when this one drops.
Yeah, but we're talking about eternity. You know what I mean?
But, like, by the next day, like, eventually your brain just becomes desensitized and it becomes white noise.
But it's not a
I
brain
think we have
anymore.
good. I think BuzzBait has
We're
good
talking
variety.
We're talking about hell. So your brain, there is no desensitizing. There's none of that, I don't think. If you could just adjust, I can acclimate to hell.
Adjust to hell.
Can you imagine?
You know how many people are going to hell? Like, the devil's definitely not, like, micromanaging every single... He's probably just like, alright, cool. I don't fucking care. Like, you might have somebody check in on you once in a while and be like, oh, they seem to be getting comfortable. Better fucking poke them with the spear.
I think it's probably something Lucifer style, where, like, it's your own, like, shame and pain and regrets that are tormenting you forever.
I wouldn't have any.
You know what hell is? Hell is my job, where I sit down to be like, man, I think I have a blister on my foot, and then my manager flogs me and says, stand up!
There's more
work
needs doing.
Yeah.
Alright, so
And then you look up and your manager's been replaced by, like, the ghost of Blackbeard, and he's just like, yarr!
It's the Flying Dutchman from fucking SpongeBob. Alright, what were we saying, Meg? Sorry.
The ghost of Walliam Mardicus himself, just up here.
Walliam?
I gotta get out of camera.
William Mardicus.
Mardicus?
I like how you almost didn't break, though, Colin. You almost were just like, you almost
tried,
had
and
it.
then I tried, and then I looked at Laura's face, and she went, what? And I was like, fuck it. I was like, I can't.
Alright. Do we want to transition into the question? The final question?
Yeah, my question was gonna be, how are we gonna kill this last podcast? That's what I was about to say. How are we gonna kill it off? How are we gonna end this?
How are we gonna end it?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if I just, like, lit off
Right
fireworks in my room?
Leave.
I was just like, I'll show you how we're gonna send this off.
That's how
I
we
just
get
lit
viral,
fireworks.
baby.
I think getting viral because Colin burns down his entire apartment, and the headline being a podcaster tries
Wanna be podcaster.
Yeah.
And blows up room.
Entire apartment complex going up in
burns
flames.
down house as finale episode feature.
Well, then we'd have to bring it back.
Well, yeah, because we're gonna go viral. Because people are like, "What fucking podcast? What fucking
You'd have
podcast?"
you'd have to bring in Jared so you could keep the man on the podcast.
Here's
Should be
how.
in jail.
Here's how we end the podcast. I showed feet. Before we cut camera, I show hole. I just stand up and just whoop, and like that's what we do.
No,
I show hole.
No, because
I got a lot of hair, and not like you would see it anyway, so it'd already be censored. I'm not seeing nobody, and I shaving shit.
No.
I
No,
feel
the
that
video
was
gets
so
taken
real. I
down.
was sitting
No
there
one
and I was
sees
like,
it. Can't go viral.
I haven't been on a date in so long, and I got out of the
We
shower.
upload to Pornhub.
I got out of the shower one day, and I was like, I need.
That's to Pornhub.
I was
For
like,
the
I
last
need
few seconds
I
of the
need
clip.
to shave soon. shit was turning into a disaster.
That was our missed opportunity. We could have been uploading to Pornhub this whole time. We could have been the only podcast on Pornhub.
Dude, yeah, then we could have just, instead of
With the name BuzzBait, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. What a missed opportunity. I'm so mad.
You know, the episode still exists. We've got them all. We could just do that.
We
now.
got them all. Just re-upload them.
The BuzzBait podcast. Like, I feel like
so
I got
funny.
baited in because what does this have to do with?
There's enough episodes where we could also, like, we could technically get away with uploading at least a few of them in Pornhub.
Did you
Like,
also get like
technically
a
it's-
crazy volume difference for Colin?
Yeah.
It just got way louder.
That's nuts.
Real
Hey,
loud.
we're
Touched
not
anything.
editing the volume or changing anything.
But that's
We're
okay.
just
This is like the
really-
end of the podcast.
Yeah, like this is where, like, we're all smoking cigarettes in high school and we're like, fuck it, we're not making it to graduation. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
So, at the tail end here, what are we keeping it?
6 feet under, it's dead.
I mean, yeah.
So that's going to be the next episode when we finally bring this back. The thumbnail is just going to be a tombstone that says BuzzBait, and then it's just going to be like the fish mascot's
Just
fucking
BuzzBait.
fin or his nose just fucking poking up out of the dirt.
That's fantastic. I like to. I think that's a good name for our next comeback instead of like we're back. The resurrection.
The second
rebuzzing.
coming of BuzzBait.
I think that's gonna get us
Hang
condemned
on,
to
let me
hell.
go
You
look
can't
up. Let me go
compare
look
us
up
to
all the
Jesus.
names for.
You can't
Yeah,
do
let
the
me-
Jesus comparison.
The
Let me-
buzzoning.
Hang on, let me go look up Easter Christian movie titles.
I'm just so impressed that my hair has like. Stayed the way
Ooh,
that it
instead of the
has.
Passion of Christ, we could do the buzzing of the bait.
I like that one.
I
Instead
don't know
of
if anyone's gonna get that reference though.
that doesn't matter. We'll know what it means. Jesus
think of
Christ Superstar?
Yeah.
What?
My
Guys,
family's not
next-
religious, but my mom loved that musical.
That's hilarious.
Bree wants me to watch it. Maybe we could do a watch party for that. And K-pop Demon Hunters, because Laura needs to see it.
All right, I'm gonna post this in
Hey, Laura,
Pitches
do
No
you
Bitches.
Just got a little bit of time to watch just the opening first part of the movie.
I do not. I have to go buy new shoes. My shoes are ripped open.
Yeah, and that's why you're getting blisters.
I'm getting blisters because our shoes are fucking old as hell. And I'm standing on them for fucking 60 hours.
Are you working tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
And I'm supposed to also be working tomorrow, but I told them fuck off. And I already told them, I was like, I'm not going to be here. I will be calling in.
Tonight?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Sunday.
tomorrow. Good call, good call.
Because I was like that. Because if I worked this upcoming Sunday, the 20th, I would have worked 7 days straight.
Ooh, that's illegal.
And I'm not fucking doing that.
Well, keep it 6 feet under, guys. Bye.
Keep it 6 feet under, keep it dead. Thanks for watching.